I was named the North American Regional President. I was challenged by our then CEO. He basically said, "You've got a problem. You are underrepresented in women, and I want to see it changed." And he was serious. So I met with our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. She was new. So she suggested that we do a survey of the women, both in the field and the ones that had recently left. A few months later, she came back and gave a readout to me and my staff. We had 4 issues in sales with women: a sense of isolation, inappropriate behavior, paternalism, where well-intended males were trying to protect women, and then this good old boy network where they thought I and the other male leadership sat in a room and anointed the next male leader. So after hearing all of that, I suggested let's get the women together in a room and let's get after fixing this. And I'll never forget the Director of Diversity and Inclusion kind of looking at me and kind of saying, "Hey, Lee, I don't think the problem's with the women. I think the problem's with the men." She suggested I go to a white man's caucus. I thought she was a bit crazy. First, the name, but she explained it was a 3-day seminar to learn about white male culture, bias, and privilege, and learn some skills. But I still was skeptical because I got to tell you, my sentiment at the time was, listen, I treat everybody fair and equal. You can't do anything more than that. And in fact, I didn't think having quotas for hiring women and promoting women and measuring it was fair to the men in the organization. But listen, at that point, I knew it was a politically correct thing to do. And so I agreed to go. I was a little uncomfortable, but they had us sit in a circle and they got us talking right away and doing some exercises. And it exposed me to bias and privilege and white male culture. And I said, great, I get that. But in the middle of day one, I was like, let's get after fixing this, which turns out is part of the white male culture. And the leader, Bill Proudman, said, no, just stay with it. We did a number of other exercises, and I got to tell you, it's good we did, because somewhere in day 2, the light bulb went on for me. And I would say it was just awareness. And I suddenly became aware of the fact that, oh my God, my own white male bias and white male privilege has probably gotten in the way of me hiring the best people and treating everybody equal. That's not what the issue is. It's not equal for everybody. It's not equal for women and other minorities because of this white male culture and these biases and these privileges. We wrapped up the training, and before we left, the leader suggested we all have an elevator pitch because people knew we had attended this white man's caucus, and they were gonna all ask us about it, and we needed to say something. My elevator pitch was, listen, I used to think treating everybody equal and fair was enough, but I found out white male privilege and white male bias actually gets in the way, and it's not equal for everybody, and we need to understand that, and why I don't know what we should do about it. We're going to at least be willing to talk about it, and I might make mistakes, but that's what we're going to do. And I'm proud to say, through all that work and that skill building, we did change. We changed the way we celebrated. We changed the way we interviewed people, the way we managed people. We talked about this a lot. We called people out for inappropriate behavior. And over a 10-year period, our culture changed. Lo and behold, representation for women at all levels inside the company, up to vice president, changed. I went from having 5 vice presidents where 1 was a woman to having 5 vice presidents where 4 were women. So I'm really proud of the progress we made there and through the organization. So as I look back on my 30-year career, I got to tell you, that's one of the things I'm most proud about. It's a journey. It starts with being really uncomfortable and uneasy, leads to a bunch of guilt and what do you do, to eventually you get to see the results of it and you get to see the positive impact you have. And it's not just good business. And let me tell you, being good at diversity and inclusion is good business. You attract more talent and you attract better talent. But I think the biggest thing I'm proud of is it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do for women. It's the right thing to do for minorities. This world needs more of it. And if more people would do it, we'd have a better place. So how many things do you get to work on that are good business and the right thing to do? And so I personally am glad I was able to go on this journey and learn a little bit more and hopefully contribute a little bit more to that.